If history tells us anything about road bike design, it's that the bike industry never stands still. Whether it's aero obsession, electronic shifting, or disc brakes, engineers and brands are always pushing to make our rides faster, lighter, and more comfortable. The question I'm answering is, what trends are we going to see in 2025? For years, the buzzword in road bike design has been aero. But what if we told you that weight, our age-old obsession, is coming back? Lightweight bikes are sneaking back into the spotlight, and we think 2025 might just be the year that brands battle it out for the lightest production bike in the world title. Take the new Scott Addict RC, tipping the scales at an absurdly feather weight of 5.9 kilos. That is well below the UCI's 6.8 kilo minimum weight limit, yet it's only 9 watts slower than its aero sibling. How? Advances in material science, precision carbon layups, and clever engineering making it possible to shave grams without sacrificing performance. Yes, the 6.8 kilo limit still looms large in pro racing, but let's be real, lighter bikes are more enjoyable for everyday riders. They climb effortlessly, feel agile underfoot, and inject a sense of joy into every pedal stroke. If brands start flaunting sub-limit bikes, who's to say the UCI won't budge on that rule? Whether or not the pros get on board, lighter bikes mean big wins for consumers. Less weight, more fun, and no compromise on performance. Aero remains important, but when it comes to frame design in 2025, we think the featherweight revolution will take flight. My next trend for 2025 is that road bike tyres are going to get even bigger still. But it's important to understand what has held tyre width back until now. For years, narrow tyres were thought to roll faster and cut through the wind more efficiently. But the science has been clear for a while now. Wider tyres can roll faster thanks to lower rolling resistance. The real change of recent, though, is aero. As wheel technology catches up, wider rims are now designed to pair seamlessly with wider tyres, maintaining the aero benefits once exclusive to 25mm rubber. The result, you get all of the perks, greater comfort, more grip, and improved handling without sacrificing speed. We've already seen the trend picking up steam. Last year's Specialized Tarmac SL8 shipped with clearance for 32mm tyres. This year, the new Scott Addict RC takes it further with room for up to 34mm. And next year, don't be surprised if 35mm becomes the standard. The benefits are too good to ignore. Wider tyres smooth out rough roads, keep you planted through the corners, and let you ride faster for longer. With modern wheel and frame designs catching up, wider is officially faster, and road cycling is all the more fun for it. That's right, we think 2025 is going to be the year where more and more lesser-known bike and equipment brands break into the world tour and mainstream market. Why? Well, it's already started happening. The cycling industry has a new player entering the big leagues in 2025. XLab, a high-performance sub-brand of Chinese manufacturing giant XDS Carbon Tech. As the new bike sponsor for Astana Kazakhstan, XLab is making waves before its wheels have even hit the race circuit. Their aero-focused AD9 and lightweight RS9 have already been tested in the Silverstone wind tunnel, with bold claims of outperforming some of the most established aero bikes in the World Tour. The RS9, crafted with high modulus Toray T1100 carbon fibre, the same as the Pinarello Dogma F, promises to deliver on the climbs, while the AD9 is built for speed on the flats. So why now? Well, it's as much a marketing stroke as it is a technological one. Much like Decathlon's move with AG2R, XDS is leveraging top-tier racing to earn credibility and showcase its bikes to a global audience. It's a calculated gamble, but with Shenzhen, a global hub for bike manufacturing, backing the brand, the potential is enormous. And we don't think that XDS will be the only brand to jump on this bandwagon. In a turbulent industry where established players are folding, new brands like XLab see opportunity. Whether it's bikes, Groupsets, or tech innovation, the next few years could bring fresh faces to the forefront. Now, this is one that might seem like more of a step backwards rather than an advancement in the technological world, but we think it's one that might actually be welcome to the budget end of the market. While electronic group sets like Shimano Di2 and SRAM Axis continue to dominate at the top end, the lower end of the market is seeing a mechanical revival. Why? It's simple: affordability. Take the new Pinarello F1 for example. This prestigious brand's latest model comes in at around £3,000, in large part thanks to its use of a mechanical group set. It's a prime example of how even high-end names are adapting to meet consumer demand for more accessible price points. Expect to see other brands follow suit as the industry seeks to keep bikes affordable and sales robust in a challenging market. Then, of course, there is Shimano Q's, the much anticipated new component ecosystem set to make its road debut in 2025. While details remain scarce, its mountain bike counterpart has already shown promise, offering smart gear combinations and streamlined compatibility at reasonable prices. Q's could shake up the budget road bike sector too, bringing performance improvements and modern features to a traditionally underserved market. For riders who value simplicity, reliability, and lower costs, this resurgence of mechanical group sets is an exciting trend. It proves that innovation isn't always about going electric. Sometimes the best way forward is a step back to basics. Our next tech prediction should be viewed as two things. Firstly, a straightforward tech trend, but also a warning as to what marketing spiel to expect from the bike industry. We are, of course, talking about system efficiency. Here's the deal. Look at the top level road frames and you'll notice something. They're all starting to look quite similar. And that is no accident. Bike brands have been converging on their idea of the perfect frame within the parameters of what they have defined road bike design for years. So, where do they go from here? The answer lies in the whole bike approach. Instead of trying to shave a fraction of a watt from just the frame, brands are focusing on optimizing the entire system. From the wheels, to the bars, to the tyres, and even drivetrain components. It's all about making everything work together seamlessly, delivering gains through integration rather than isolated improvements. Expect to see new handlebars, innovative wheel designs, and custom tyre profiles developed specifically to enhance the bike as a package. Forgive our skepticism, but brands claiming their latest frame is marginally faster than last year's are starting to sound stale. System efficiency, on the other hand, promises a fresh way to make bikes not only faster, but more cohesive and enjoyable to ride. So whether it's subtle tweaks or bold innovations, get ready for brands doubling down on harmony over hype. Rumours are swirling about big developments from SRAM in 2025, and the buzz is worth paying attention to. The brand has been busy, and intellectual property documents suggest that in-wheel sensors could be the next big development for SRAM. A recently published SRAM patent details a smart wheel accessory that could change how we interact with our bikes. This in-rim sensor promises live feedback on tyre pressure, wheel speed, odometer readings, rim health, road feedback, and even your data. Positioned inside the rim, it eliminates the aerodynamic drawbacks of current external sensors like tyre whiz. This innovation could have wide-scale implications for riders and product developers alike. Imagine real-time alerts for slow punctures or rim defects, and the ability to capture wheel lean and yaw angles during rides. These insights could help optimize wheel designs for real-world conditions while offering riders more control and confidence. If SRAM is taking the concept to production, we might see it paired with new Zip carbon wheels. While it won't adjust tyre pressures mid-ride like systems from Scope or Graver, this device could still represent a leap forward in precision and performance. Watch this space. Cycling is becoming a data-driven sport, and 2025 is poised to bring even more metrics to the table. Of course, we are getting more numbers across the board, but I think that two areas stand out: glucose monitoring and aerodynamic analysis, both of which could transform the way riders train and race. First, glucose monitoring. Companies like Aphon Technology are developing non-invasive devices capable of real-time blood sugar tracking. If such technology can be integrated into wearables like smartwatches, it could help riders optimize fueling strategies on the fly. While current systems like Super Sapiens are banned in competition, non-invasive options may sidestep these restrictions. It's early days, but this tech could soon become as indispensable as power meters, helping riders to precisely fuel for the mammoth efforts of the World Tour. On the aero front, there are a number of approaches. Wahoo's Element Ace, with its wind sensor providing real-time wind speed data, might not have been the most groundbreaking release of 2025, but future updates could broaden its applications, and third-party pairing could improve its use cases. Meanwhile, systems like Body Rocket are making wind tunnel level aerodynamic insights available during everyday rides. By tracking drag and power metrics in real time, these innovations are helping cyclists optimize their positions and equipment without expensive lab visits. As the tech evolves, the UCI will face challenges in balancing progress with fair competition. But one thing is clear: cycling continues to be increasingly tech-driven.